Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again on this beautiful Thursday. Of course, it's a public holiday for most of us in Malaysia because it is the Prophet Muhammad's birthday. And of course, we do celebrate and we greatly appreciate all our prophets and all the teachings that our prophets have actually taught us. And of course, today is another special day because why? On the Ernie Chen show today, as your host, me, Ernie Chen, I've got a wonderful, amazing gentleman over here. And of course, I don't think I need to introduce him much because if you see him, you would definitely recognize and know who he is. But as usual, all guests that comes onto the Ernie Chen show are definitely movers and shakers of the industries. And this man on my left over here is not just a mover and shaker because he actually shakes the criminals and of course the business community and also the country as a whole. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, put your hands together. And of course, today I have a wonderful experience and also a person that we can learn a lot from. Let's welcome Tan Sri Musa.
Thank you very much, Buddy.
Thank you very much, Tan Sri, for coming on to the Ernie Chen show.
Good afternoon, yes.
We have gotten a lot of very interesting personalities, personas coming onto the show, from billionaires to serial entrepreneurs and also celebrities. This is the first time I'm actually having a very, I would say, a notable, or some would call you notorious, right? A former IGP. We have 9 IGPs, I believe.
Right.
And out of the 9 IGPs, I do not think there's another IGP, Inspector General Police, who has been as well known, well recognized as you are. Right, so thank you very much for coming onto the show today.
Thank you very much for inviting.
Yeah, when I put up your face on my poster for my show today, a lot of people WhatsApp me. A lot of people texted me with a lot of recent and long time ago hot news. Right.
Okay, right.
So I believe Tan Sri, a couple of days ago, you just did a police report. You launched a police report regarding a Chinese man, Malaysian Chinese man, I suppose, that actually was accusing you and also the current bomber head that you were doing some scheme cepat kaya, right? And a lot of people out there would really want to know, is Tan Sri involved in such a thing? Or are there just so many people who just, you got them in trouble last time, is coming back hard on you?
Yeah, actually, I don't know who he is actually.
Okay.
But when I saw the video you sent to me by my son,
sure.
So I think this is really very bad because it is scandalous and all that, you see. So I lodged a police report on that. Then I wanted the police to investigate this.
Sure.
Because for sure I'm the head of the bomber and myself, we are not involved with any scam or with any money laundering things.
Sure. Were you surprised and shocked? And is this the first time such a thing has ever happened to you?
Well, I think this guy before has made various allegations because there's one against a company who built buildings there in Penang.
Sure.
So this company is called BMCT.
Okay.
So they have appointed me before as a chairman.
I see.
Of that company.
I see.
So there was, I think they have followed all the regulations and the building has been cleared with CFs and all that. So I don't think that there's any problem with it. Yeah.
Is it a risky thing for Tan Sri to be taking on all these chairman roles? Because I noticed that you are chairman of a lot of companies and societies and NGOs and things like that.
Sometimes they are friends of mine.
Sure.
So they want us to assist them and all that in business and all that. So I will assist them in business. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And of course, I'm sure your years in the police force, you've been in it for 41 years, right?
Right.
That's a very long time.
Right.
Now, before we go into more of the controversial topics that people would like to know, the hot news, let's go back a little bit back to your past, your history. Did you always wanted to become a policeman?
No, I'm fond of uniforms.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because when I was schooling, I was a scout.
Sure.
So I lead an adventurous life. I like camping and all that. So because of that, I chose the police life.
Okay. And I read something about something we have in common, right?
Yeah.
I'm the last person you would think of becoming a policeman, right?
Okay, right.
But I read and I found something in common that time I was very interested in, also the uniform.
Yeah.
You actually went to Sekolah Menengah Bukit Bintang.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
also a Bukit Bintang
Okay,
boy.
then we're from one school. Then.
Exactly, exactly. So I thought that was very interesting that I read that and you were from the same school.
Same school. Yeah.
And also, I'm in the entertainment business myself. I
Right,
produce
right,
movies and things.
right.
And I noticed one of your brothers, Dato Jalaluddin Hassan, is an
General Hassan,
actor.
he is, yes.
Yeah, so it's very interesting to see how actually things comes together.
Right.
Now, how did it become when you became a policeman and you became the #1 policeman? Did that ever occur to you?
Well, I've never dreamed to be the IGP.
Okay, okay,
Because I joined as an inspector.
okay.
So as an inspector, I did a lot of investigation in crime.
Sure.
I had had been transferred to many posts and all that.
Okay.
So because of that, I think I've got all the experience in every field of the police. So that's in order to give service to the people there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, along the way, when you were in the police force doing investigations, could you share with us one of the most exciting, interesting cases that was under your purview?
Well, one of the cases that I investigated before when I was in the drug units,
Okay.
because I was detailed to investigate on these illegal syndicates
Okay.
selling drugs,
Sure.
which has connections overseas.
Sure.
So we managed to arrest quite a number of kingpins.
Okay.
That means those who are involved with the drug trafficking
Sure. Sure.
business
Sure.
that has connections
Sure.
overseas.
Sure.
So we managed to arrest about 20 of them,
Okay.
these kingpins.
Wow.
And we arrested their members, about 240 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, usually when someone who's so successful in doing all these things, right? I watch a lot of Hong Kong Interpol movies, and I always think about how do you actually do that? You only do that because you have both power in the triads, the kingpin side, the dark side, and also the bright side. To become a very successful IGP, did you have to be involved in both sides of the world?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
What you need is you have to be close with the public.
Okay.
Okay, where you get all the intelligence
Sure.
and information.
Sure.
Then you develop on the intelligence so that you can identify those who are involved.
Okay.
The most important thing is also you have to have collaboration with other agencies,
Sure.
overseas or internal,
Okay.
so that you can share intelligence with them, and also to complete your investigation and to do operations together with them.
Sure. Now, when you are close to the public and all the other agencies, and I'm sure Interpol as well, to be very successful, it also means that you are very effective in your job.
Yeah.
And when you're very effective, you are definitely stepping on a lot of toes.
True. Very true.
Right? Both internally, externally.
Very true.
I mean, that's just how it works, right?
Right.
Have your life been endangered times and time again? Has there been such a case where you've been given bullets in your doorstep, in envelopes? Have those situations happened before?
Yeah, it happened because there was one case where we had completed the investigation,
Sure.
and it's a drug trafficking case.
Sure.
Then I had to attend court as a witness.
Sure.
So during the trial, one of my officers did observation, and saw that somebody is following me.
I see.
So they arrested this guy.
Okay.
So when they arrested this guy, he's from Thailand,
Okay.
So in his pocket, he found my photographs.
Okay.
And with the reward, the 20,000.
Okay.
They managed to kill me, right?
Okay.
So after that, the IGP knows about this.
Sure.
And he stopped me from going to Thailand.
This was after you retired.
No, before
you retired.
Before, when I was still in service.
Still in service at the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
still in
Okay.
service. And I also received a lot of bullets and all that. People calling me because I'm too strict, So I told them, why you send me bullets?
Sure.
Well, I got more bullets than you. Okay.
You heard it, right? He got more bullets than you. Why are you sending him bullets, right? It's an interesting way of telling. Yeah, good, cool.
So I told them, if you want to meet me, yeah, I can meet you. If you think that you're better than me and you can kill me,
Sure.
well, why not we meet? I said,
Sure.
Then see who will die first.
Has there been any situation where, it's always very interesting when we watch movies or how the police force investigations and things like that. Do you really interrogate the individuals who have to come to the lockup or the balai in Bukit Aman? Is it really the way we see in the movies where in interrogations, you squeeze the information out of these individuals?
in the interrogation techniques, we have to use psychology.
Sure.
Because when you use psychology, you don't have to use force. You know.
Okay.
You have to know the background of the person that you are questioning.
Sure.
With
Sure.
all the backgrounds and all his activities.
Sure.
Then you can corner him on that.
Sure.
So actually, you don't have to use force.
Now, there was definitely this interrogation that I'm not sure because it's a rumor perhaps, or even something that people like to talk about because you're so straight, right?
Yeah.
So you're easy target
Yep.
for anyone to create a sensationalized story.
Right.
Now, we know of our opposition leader, Dato Sri Anwar, and you were well known for a black eye.
Yeah.
Did that ever happen?
Well, I think it did.
Okay.
Because the IGP was charged in court.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, because of that.
Sure.
I think it is a case that is very pitiful case.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Because maybe there's something, because I was not there at the
Sure.
scene.
Sure.
Okay, but it did happen.
Okay. Okay. So because he was charged in court, you go by the facts and figures of whether the person is charged and whether it happened or not.
Yeah.
We leave up the courts to find out,
Yeah,
right?
there's a court fine.
Very good. Excellent. So now the next question, coming back to this another hot case where all of a sudden everything just comes out, right? Because when one thing happens, everyone just want to talk about it, dig up old stories and things. In 2017, in the news, it was reported that you resigned as a chairman of this company called MonSpace,
Right.
because of this Dato Jesse, who is the CEO founder of MonSpace, was charged, right? And then I spoke to you just now early on, and I asked you a question. Was there such a thing? Were you a chairman appointed by this lady for this MonSpace?
Yeah. I've never been appointed as a chairman of MonSpace.
Okay.
You know how do I know her? Because we give security service to a company.
Sure, sure.
So because of that, she is close to my son, because my son is carrying
Rashid. Sure.
is carrying on with the company, a security company.
Sure.
So after that, they get to know me.
Sure.
Then I told them that I've got certain business to be carried out in Kelantan, because I'm doing this farming business to help the poor, you know.
Sure.
So when she heard about this, she said, "Oh, she's interested. She wants to help the people because this is a service for the people."
Sure.
So I say, if you want to assist us, I'll be very much obliged. It's only because of that.
Okay, so because of that, she said she appointed you a chairman, which was not true.
Not true, yeah.
So you were never a chairman. You were not the president of MonSpace.
No.
You have nothing whatsoever to do with this company called MonSpace.
True.
Very good. And because you all just provided a service from Viper Force, Hyderabad, which you are the executive chairman, and Russia is the managing director of this security services. Is that the only business that you are involved in personally?
Yes, this is the only business.
Only business, which is a security force business, right? Fantastic. So a lot of people are just leveraging on your name, your connections to build their businesses and to get to the right people. Right. Very good. Now, do you get disheartened and disappointed when you have this sincerity of wanting to help? Some are friends, some are individuals that come and talk to you, and next thing you know, you get into all these unnecessaries.
Yeah, of course I'm very disappointed, because some people they don't really deliver what they promise.
Sure. Correct.
So anyway, we will have to face it.
Sure. Good. Now, Ansri, also there was another very, very interesting case, that a lot of people were very interested in. Why did you you came out, you stood out, and you spoke about this Alta Tunya case, and it was during Najib's time, Dato Sri Najib's time. And even though Dato Sri Najib is probably one of the most, I would say, hated to majority who feel that he cheated the country, but somehow or another, when it came to that case on Alta Tunya, it was under your duration as IGP. Why did you come up to speak about it?
Well, I think that you have to tell the truth.
Sure.
That's the most important thing. Because people make speculations, which is not true.
Sure.
Although I'm not the IO of the case, but I monitor the investigation closely.
Sure.
Because first of all, she's a foreigner.
Sure.
So as an IGP, if a foreigner went missing in this country, she is subject to be a victim of crime.
That's right.
So they would spoil the name of this country.
That's right.
So that's why I'm interested in that case. So when the investigation was on, I did ask all the police stations to check whether she has lodged any reports or not. Okay.
Okay.
So we found out that she did lodge a report in Brickfields.
Okay.
Saying that she was threatened.
Okay.
By he named the person.
Sure.
I
Sure.
wouldn't like to mention here.
Sure.
Okay. And then this person threatened her, get the police to harass her, get the private investigator to harass her. And if anything happens, this person is responsible.
Okay. Okay.
So it's because of that.
Okay.
So because of that, then we investigated. We found evidence to show that there are police officers involved in this.
Sure. Sure.
Okay? So because of that, I've directed my officer to arrest these 2 police officers, okay, who was at that time escorting the Prime Minister into Pakistan.
That's right. That's right.
So when he came, when I sent my officer there to arrest to bring them back here, we arrested him at them at the airport, and then we do the investigation again.
Great.
And found out that they are really involved.
Okay.
So 3 persons were charged.
Okay.
That's Razak Baginda.
That's right.
Charged in court.
That's right.
Cyril and also this one inspector was also charged in court.
That's right.
Okay, but of course, during the court case, Razak Baginda was discharged. Yeah, because he was not acquitted from the case.
That's right.
From the charge.
That's right.
But these 2 persons were also acquitted earlier.
That's right.
But there was an appeal. Then they found out that he's guilty. Then they sentenced him to death. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Very good. That I hope that clears out a lot of the things that people have been asking and wanting to know. You know, sometimes when people don't know the word you use.
And we investigated all the allegations.
Sure.
And we don't find that there's any evidence to show that Najib is involved in this case.
I'm sure he is wrong in certain areas, but if it's not wrong, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
So in this case, based on investigation, it's not wrong.
Right.
So I think a lot of people just like to gather and speculate when they have a little bit information here, and they just make it as though the person is wrong in every single thing, right? So that's good. Now, I like the fact that when we discussed early on, Tan Sri, you mentioned, you know, there's so much hatred or people who are longing that to take you down because you're no longer the IGP right now. And you just said one thing, you know, hey, if you've done nothing wrong, what's there to worry about?
Very true.
I think that's very important, and that's something that we all got to look forward to, right? A lot of times we are concerned about investigations. Yes, I'm sure there are some bad apples, like you have shared with me before. But then again, for as long as we try to make it better, it can become better.
Yeah, even during my tenure as IGP, you know, I was tasked to improve the police force.
That's right.
And also to ensure that corruption is at its lowest.
Sure.
Because there was an RCI against the police.
Okay,
before,
that's right.
To say the police were very corrupted.
Yes.
That is why when I became the IGP, I asked the police to wear the Saya anti-Raswa, you know, to ensure that they are not involved with all this. And also then I put this logo on what they're using now, this integrity amalan kita.
That's right.
To ensure that you have high integrity. So I was tasked to do that.
Sure.
So because of that, I think I stepped on too many people's toes.
I think that's usually why also, because you did that, you'll be seen as the most corrupted cop.
Right.
Usually it's the other way around, right?
True, yeah.
Those who do not promote this, and they will say, you know, everything is okay, they're probably more corrupted than ever.
Yeah.
That's usually how I think why you became the most notorious,
Very true.
right? So then you left the force. You
Yeah.
left the force. After leaving the force, did you feel that it was the right time, or it was just something that you wanted to move on from there?
No, I had 1 more year, in fact.
Sure.
I was on contract. You know?
Okay.
But of course, I was called by the Prime Minister and also the Minister of Home Affairs, saying that I'll be appointed as a diplomat.
Sure.
But I refused.
Okay.
I refused the offer. Yeah, because I say I'm not being trained as a diplomat. I'm a police officer.
Sure.
I enforce the law.
Okay.
So thank you very much. So I left.
So you have never been really involved with the government per se after you left the force, right?
I don't.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of the government officers who are at high-ranking positions would easily be taking up a lot of big chairman positions.
Well, there were offers, but
Sure.
I refused to accept.
Yeah. Could you share why? Because a lot of people always wonder. The reason why we go into government office position is to get to the highest ranking, so that when you leave the force, the money will be there.
No, no, I refuse to accept that because why? To me, it's not that easy
Sure.
to work for the government. You know?
Okay. Okay.
Sometimes because you have to follow their directions and all that.
That's right.
But if the directions is correct, then okay.
That's right.
But if direction is wrong, then of course you can't do it.
That's right. And then since then, you started up the security force business,
Yes, yes.
Viper
Viper
Force
Force, yeah.
Sdn Bhd. And that is the business that your son, who's the managing director, Rashid, and
Right.
yourself, who's
Yeah.
growing it. And of course, you were also involved with this association, I believe it's
MCCC.
MCCC.
Malaysian Community Camp Care.
That's right. And then you yourself recently have been very vocal,
Yeah.
speaking out about this security licenses of companies being rented out,
Yeah,
all
true.
right, to foreigners
Mm.
who are not even Malaysians
Yeah.
to be operating their security guard services.
Right.
Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's why we formed this Swiss association.
That's right.
You know, to ensure that this business industry could be enhanced and could be improved.
Sure. For everybody's information, Swiss is the Selangor Wilayah Industrial Security
Yeah.
Society, right?
And-
Which Tan Sri is also the chairman of.
And we find that some of security guards that are working here now,
Sure.
they don't even they are not even being trained.
Sure.
So that's why we have to formulate training for them and all that, and also the use of technology.
Sure.
Because using of manpower alone would not assist.
That's right.
And I would like also now to mention that the private security should be working closely with the police.
Okay.
Because it is this is taking care of security, right? Because
Sure.
because we are the eyes and ears of the police, so that any information that we have to the places that we take care of the security of, we have to inform them.
Sure.
So that we can ensure that the security of the public is safe. You know.
Now, Tan Sri, did you always had this intention in your mind? Because you're close to 70, and why don't you just take care of your chuchus and you just take it easy, go back to the kampong and relax? Because if not, then you are still stepping on some other toes who are saying that you're just saying so much that is not necessary because you are making it miserable and difficult for us to do business. I even read in some areas where they said, how can we be making money if we don't do it the way we do it?
Oh.
With all these requirements in place.
Well, we can make money, but then make it in a legal way.
Sure.
You don't make illegal money.
Sure.
All the proceeds that you receive illegally
Sure.
is subjected to be investigated under the Money Laundering Act.
Sure.
So whatever you do, you have to do according to the law. Because I have been, sometimes people are using my name to say that I have a share in certain discos and all that. I don't even know who they are. That's why sometimes I put in my Twitter, I don't know who this guy is.
Sure.
But they're selling my name, saying that I have a share in the disco, in the nightclubs.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But I'm not involved with that.
Very recently, speaking about your Twitter,
Yeah.
I do follow your Twitter, and most recently you said, the person that I most respected before, now you no longer respect.
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit more about this?
Well, because sometimes I have a lot of officers. I have a lot of officers which I trained before.
Sure.
So they are very close to me.
Sure.
Of course, when I'm in the service and I'm at the top level,
Sure.
they follow my advice.
That's right.
But after that, when they hold the same post or the whole higher post after I left, I don't see that they are following through what we have taught them.
Sure. Sure. Do you see that that's because money is involved, power is involved, and people change?
I think it's because of the as you mentioned before, that leadership by example.
Sure.
Sometimes politicians have to show good example.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Then only government servants will follow them.
That's right. Talking about politicians and our ministers, and we're in a very hot situation right now.
Very true.
Your opinion, is this one of the situations that we put ourselves into? Because one of the deputy ministers kind of said it's the riot's fault. So what what do we have to do right now?
It is never the riot's fault. It is always the leadership fault. The riot just follows, you know. Even the riot, we don't want to quarrel
Sure.
amongst races
That's right.
because we love everyone.
That's
we have
right.
been staying together.
Yes.
It is only because of politics that we are
Yes.
divided.
That's right. That's right. And what do we need now? Do we need, because obviously the Yang di-Pertuan Agong came out and spoke
Yeah,
rightfully, which is very good, you know. The people feel so excited,
Yeah.
so happy. For the first time, we felt a sense of stability for a moment.
Yeah.
So what should we be doing now?
No, we need a leader who can get people together, who can ensure that people can be together, people can help one another, you know. We don't get leaders or politics that quarrel 24 hours a day. We don't need that.
Well, Tan Sri, since you mentioned that, we need a leader that can bring people together. In your opinion, do we have that leader today?
I have not seen one yet.
Oh gosh. That's going to be a very big challenge.
Except for the royals.
For the royals currently.
Itu saja.
Okay. As far as for the political divide, you don't find
I don't
anyone.
find anything yet, but the royalty, yes, they are.
Sure.
They are, I think they are concerned about this.
Yes.
Because the speeches given by the Agong and the Sultan
Sure.
shows that they are very concerned.
Yes.
About this country.
Yes.
Politics in this country.
And we're very proud of that also.
Very proud of that.
Very proud of that. Yeah. They actually stood up for the rakyat.
True, yeah.
And finally, we have felt a little bit more of a secure feeling.
Very true.
Yeah, that we are protected,
Yeah.
we are taken care of. Yeah, great, excellent. Now, you obviously would never be part of any political party.
No.
And probably would not speak up on behalf of anyone for them to campaign. Yes, we know that you don't see anyone currently. If you do have to have someone, because we do need a leader to lead the country, who would you be thinking in your right frame of mind? We need a leader. You like it or not, we do need a prime minister, right? Who in your mind should be the one leading the country forward?
I don't know. I don't know who. Because we need young people.
Okay.
We need young people who has good, who has good, we need a young blood to lead us, I think.
Sure.
So that's why I think politicians, they should ensure that, or they should, what you call, not train, succession planning.
Sure.
To get young people.
Sure.
To groom them up.
We should let the older ones move on.
Move on, yeah.
Get out of the way.
That's it, yeah.
Sure.
At the moment, I don't see anything.
Everyone is trying to hold on to the power, right?
To the power, right.
A lot of people here are watching Tan Sri. Thanks to Tan Sri Musa, our Malaysian police force is getting better, right? Well said. And of course, a lot of people have high respect here for Tan Sri for sharing over here as well. Pleasure to watch you up on the show here, right? That's good, awesome. Now, Tan Sri, when it comes back to the force, Bersih Cekap Amanah. When you left, do you feel that you left a legacy of Bersih Cekap Amanah? Were you able to reduce the corrupted image of the police force? And has it become worse or better off today?
Okay. In fact, I've left a 5-year plan.
Sure.
Planning for the police.
Sure.
I left it to my successor.
Sure. Sure.
To ensure that it should be followed, because we want to ensure that the police force image will be improved.
That's right.
And during my tenure also, I was successful in bringing up the salary, you know.
Yes.
Because I have done some what we call I've done some specifications in order to ensure that the ranks of the police force should be proper.
Sure.
According to the work and also the rank that they have.
Sure.
So because of that, I think quite a number of salaries have been increased.
Yep, that's right.
By the force.
That's right.
Anyway, I don't think that the plan was not followed.
Okay.
If the plan was followed, I think the the police force could be improved. Because why? Before, we don't have SPRM.
That's right.
We have BPR.
That's right.
So we work closely with BPR to ensure that our officers do not get involved with corruption and also abuse of power.
It's a chicken and egg situation,
It
right?
is,
Because if they don't get paid enough,
true,
they really cannot survive.
yeah, that's why, because before we don't have enough police station even.
That's right.
So I suggested to the government that we want to rent shops, houses, to make it into police stations. I
Okay.
rented a lot of shop houses.
I see.
In Johor, when I was CPO, we lacked police stations.
Okay.
So I put up mobile police stations
Sure.
to go around the town for people to stop them, to record reports and all that.
Sure.
Because we need to know all this. Because when you get all the reports, then we know which area is crime prone, which area is a lot of crime, so that you can focus your energy to that place. Yeah.
I see. We know a lot of former IGPs have made a lot of money since they retired. Tan Sri, you don't seem to be living the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Famous maybe for all the wrong reasons, right? Do you feel that because if you were a little bit less strict in the past, you wouldn't be still getting all these hard hits from the media currently? Because a lot of people seems to be coming back, just the most recent case we talked about earlier on, that the accusation that you went and reported police accusing you of this money laundering and all this scheme cepat kaya.
Yeah.
Do you think it was because of your past of being so strict with so many enemies that they are all coming and haunt you right now?
No, I think it's better to be strict.
Okay.
Because you will live a better life.
Okay.
Okay, because you won't get involved with all these things.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling back to my officers. You don't
Sure.
get involved with all this. People don't get angry with me
Okay.
because I've never taken their money. Okay.
I think that's very important note, right? That is a very important note, right? People don't get angry with him because he has never taken your money. So if I take you into the police station, you have nothing to say against me.
Nothing.
I think that's a very powerful statement over there, which is very important for the
Very
police force and everyone to hear
Very
that.
true, yeah.
And also, it's not just the fault of the police force, it's also the fault of the rakyat in that sense, when if you don't give,
Yeah.
they can't ask.
Yeah,
Even if they ask, you don't give, you're
That's
not encouraging.
why I always advise the public, if you have committed an offense, just pay your fine.
That's right.
Okay? Don't say, minta tolong sini, help me, please help me. No need. Because
Sure.
you have committed, you have broken the law.
That's right.
So just accept it.
Accept and pay for it,
Pay
right?
for it.
Be penalized for it.
Yeah.
It would be better
I've been
country.
summoned.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
I was an IGP, I've been summoned. I pay my summons. I never asked the police, hey, can you please cancel my summons?
IGP also must pay saman and kena saman. So
Yeah.
come on, everybody. We gotta do our part to become a better citizen
True.
for a better Malaysia.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very good. Now, we have come to the end of the show. I mean, fantastic sharing. A lot of people are just giving so much good comments over here, right? So much to learn from Tan Sri, so much years of experience. Now, over the years, Tan Sri, both locally, internationally, was there a case that was significant to the Malaysian security and Malaysian police force where it has actually given us a lot of pride, something we can shout about and be proud about?
Yeah, I think there's a case of before. That's what during my involvement with the authorities overseas, we were proud before that this was in the year 1980 to 1998.
Sure.
We are proud that we have very close relations with Australian police and also our counterparts overseas.
Sure.
Because of that, we managed to stamp down all the drug trafficking syndicates
Sure.
in this country.
Sure.
In fact, I myself was asked to work in Australia to assist the police there.
Sure.
To get intelligence, not only in Australia, in Germany, and also in Holland. So because of this close relationship, we managed to identify all these groups.
Okay.
But of course, before there was no AMLA, there
That's
was
right.
no money laundering.
That's right. That's right.
So we cannot
Catch them.
catch them.
Yeah.
No, we cannot seize their
okay.
profits.
Okay.
We only can catch them and
Okay.
put them in jail.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So they can still be rich.
They can still be rich.
Yes. Just say catch them, but you can't get their money back. Very good. Now, Tan Sri, final words for two types of people out there. The first type are the bad guys. Those have already done bad things. What are your words of advice for people who are doing bad things, consistently doing bad things, and to them, it's just their work.
To me, you should respect the law, because if you still persist to do all these crimes, the long arm of the law will always catch you.
So you will sooner or later end up behind bars,
Of course.
or quickly down into the 6 feet under.
Very true.
The good guys, the people who are, sometimes just trying to beat the law by asking for, Tuan, minta tolong lah, apa boleh settle tak? What would you want to tell these people?
Well, to me, just accept it that you have broken the law.
Sure.
That be it. So that there won't be any allegation
Sure.
that there is corruption and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, to the people who are law-abiding, I really respect them, because they respect the law of this country. They respect other races in this country, and we really appreciate them as our citizens in this country.
I think it's very important from IGP himself, the former IGP, Tan Sri Musa, who has said it very, very right over here. We respect Malaysian citizens who respect the law. We appreciate the effort for doing that, right? And those who love one another in all races. That's the best way to keep the country peaceful. Yeah. We don't need the politicians, the government to govern us to live a peaceful country, right? We just need each other.
Each other
to be able to ensure that the country is peaceful, right? Any last final sharing, Tan Sri, for the words of wisdom for our audience over here?
Thank you very much for calling me this morning. And of course, I would like to advise all Malaysians that we should stay together in this country peacefully, because history has told us that we can stay together peacefully.
History have taught us that we can stay together peacefully. That's why we have today in 2020. Right. We have enough challenges of the COVID-19. We should unite, stay together, and make sure the enemy is not each other, but the viruses that's being spread around.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tan Sri Musa. Thank you very much for watching the Ernie Chen Show once again, every single Thursday night. Only the movers and shakers are brought into the show. I thank you and appreciate your effort and time tuning in today. We'll see you in the next Ernie Chen Show soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.